Okay. Is this thing on? Okay, I think it is. Okay. Oh man. So, this is something I've been meaning to record, well, since the whole throwback, I guess, comeback event has started. Well, I have recorded a draft of this, but unfortunately I said a little bit too much about certain things, so I just couldn't use that one. And yeah, so like the title says, this is generally my take on the channel ending, right? It's ending actually. It's not like us just fucking around with everyone. We aren't pulling a Siva gunner on you. The channel is actually ending, right? The true ending is being worked on, and it will be uploaded sometime soon, right? I mean, I'm not sure when I'll finish it, but we're making good progress, and it's definitely going to be out soon. So yeah, okay, so one thing I really wanted to say is that I very much appreciate how much everyone's contributed to the channel in recent days. I feel like everyone's come together just to, for one last hurrah, as if it were. I feel like people really came together, and I've been astounded by the quality of the content that was made for the event. So yeah, I've been really appreciating that. And so right, so okay, so I really wanted to maybe reflect on the channel once again, from the beginning to the very end, as we're currently in. So this whole thing started back in 2017. I believe I've told this story already, but Hintlord was like, hey, I made a ripping channel, join it or not if you don't want to, and just posted the link into TGD, and that's how I first found the channel. I remember I've used it like as a dump for all of my unwanted shitposts that got rejected from TTGD, which was really funny. Like, fucking what was Trump, 7 grand Trump? Yeah, that was a rejected TGD rip, and good thing it didn't get accepted because it was trash. But yeah. So the thing is that I joined, and it was like just Hintlord at that point in time, and I remember him being like, "Hey, I cannot manage all these uploads myself. I need someone else." And I just did it because I was bored. I was on winter break, and I had nothing better to do, so I just wanted to upload videos. And since then, I've uploaded about 9,000 of them. So yeah. It definitely was something I didn't expect would end up being so huge, right? Nobody expected that this channel would blow up. Right, I don't want to stall too much on this and dig into these things. So generally, I remember it really blowing up the first Rock My Forum upload that really blew up. And oh yeah, the first really big rip, in fact, was what was it called? Dolphin Pizza. Everyone remembers that one, right? Okay, so then Rock My Forum happened. We had Puff's Tale. I remember there being like chimney was one of my favorite jokes because it was just so fucking random and funny that I loved. I guess I loved the rip because it reminded me of old Vavr. It's the essence of what the channel started out as. And So the thing is that okay, so I remember there being a giant war between the Puffstale guy, YBC, and the creator of, and two in joke, right? That was pretty funny. That went on for a while. And okay, so then I remember that after this all went down, yeah, we didn't have much time for a while. Then remember the game rips happened, right? I was just like something dumb I wanted to do because I wanted to make music, and the only thing I knew, what I guess I just wanted to make music, and the only thing I had on hand was 8-bit sound font, so I made music with that. It was terrible, okay, but it's really nostalgic to me for that reason. And yeah, so those rips were like shut out. I made each song in like under 30 minutes and just uploaded them right away. Right, so I remember it concluded with the lore. Like, the lore we just pulled out of our asses. I remember Nanner was just like a random joke image that was posted in the fan server, and everyone was like, hey, let's make that the villain for the channel. Oh god, that shit was hilarious, and I remember it fondly. Like, I still remember the day I made the video that introduced Nanner. It was like my entire family was watching Spider-Man 3, the movie, and I was like, no, mom, I cannot watch the movie with you because I'm editing this fucking YouTube video. and yeah, so I remember sitting up all night editing it in so shitty video editor, and it came out great. I still love it to this day. And yeah, so that was a thing. And then I remember, like, around that time, the whole, what was it, Niva Manor drama happened, which was kind of funny. It was like this guy who joined a fan server. It was a fan channel we found, and he claimed he uploaded other people's rips and claimed that he made them. And it was the funniest shit because it was like someone asked on his re-upload of the program rips from Siva, and he was like, yeah, I made this. Oh god, that shit was hilarious. And I remember him joining the fan server for whatever reason, and I ran to delete all mentions of him so he wouldn't like freak out that we shit talked him in the fan server, which was kind of funny. He ended up being banned for stealing rips and submitting them to the channel 2 times, in fact, and he got caught twice. We gave him a second chance, and he still ended up submitting a stolen rip. And the second stolen rip was like an Undertale video that had 5 million views, which was the funniest shit ever. And yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He deleted his channel, and frankly, I'm wondering what's he up to nowadays. He seemed to be very young, so he's probably in he's 16 right now, or 15. Hell do I know. Anyway, around that time, the whole Undertale 1K sub special happened. It was the reason why I got After Effects in the first place, because I tried to do it in Sony Vegas and it was just god awful. To this day, After Effects won't launch on my PC because Sony Vegas, because it just crashes, just turns itself off. Yeah. So that video was really epic, and I remember it being like done in a week because we just wanted to make something epic. And yeah, so then there were like then the reboot happened around that time. Honestly, I think the reboot was a terrible idea, and yeah, it might be a little bit controversial, but we definitely didn't plan it enough, and I feel like a lot of the jokes didn't work well in the context of rips. Like, we just chose them because hey, it would be a cool swap if we did that. Like all of the Siva reboot jokes made sense, and we basically just ripped off Siva for that. So yeah, the reboot was completely spontaneous and it was a terrible idea, but hey, it brought some great things to the channel in my opinion. And yeah, it started the whole horse series, which was my personal in-joke on the channel. Right, it was just me trying to like mimic creepypasta videos I've seen. The setup I've had for those videos was impressive because I had like software made from the ground up just to play those videos on the computer, and like oh god, there was so much funny shit that I did for that. And I like recorded it in an abandoned factory. Oh man, that was really fun. Okay, so then after reboot ended, I don't remember much from the reboot. It just happened. I guess epic content was mildly amusing. And okay, so then Totally Not Lore Crisis happened. Oh man, that Anita really did a great job on that one. I think it was a really cool event, although probably most people don't remember it nowadays. I miss it. I guess I remember it fondly. So I remember I guess before Total Network Crisis we hit 2000k, which was wow. We were like the fastest growing Siva Gunner fan channel, and that was really cool. So yeah, I did another one of those videos. I remember Ladling helping me with that one. It was pretty funny. We pulled off a lot of assets and a lot of audio in a very short time, and I feel like unlike 1K, it really holds up to this day. And yeah, I remember like rendering the video just to get it out on time in the middle of the night while my entire family was sleeping and we were like in Egypt or something. That was a really fond memory in my opinion. And yeah, so after that, to be honest, I don't actually remember much from that year. Like I don't remember anything memorable. I mean, that was basically it for my year. Oh wait, no, there was Halloween. Halloween was a horse takeover. It was definitely just very quickly rushed, and I think there were some really cool rips from that. I especially remember that one Momji rip that Graham made. It was really cool of him to do that. And yeah, he's someone I definitely at some point, I guess not at some point, I generally look up to. And it was cool that he made that for me. So later, as I would say, generally nothing really happened. At least I don't remember much. So let's jump to 2018, which started off with probably one of the greatest things we did. I guess not the greatest things we did. The Favre timeline video, which was just like a big old joke that we threw together, but we felt obliged to make it because, well, Siva did one, so we should. Is there so much shit that came out of the oh yeah, Siva did it and we should do it as well mentality. I remember us even like trying to do a Pokemon hack. Yeah, we wanted to parody Siva exactly, like we wanted to do a Pokemon hack for the reboot. It never happened, but I do have the project file somewhere. I wonder how terrible it is nowadays. Yeah, so after that the next big thing was Undertale 2, which was a project that was really run in the background. However, I didn't really participate in it much. Like I did 2 tracks for it because I just had claims there, and that's about it. I definitely worked hard on the video, which was there's like this cool thing in our schools that there's a week where it's basically just going to church, but it counts as doing lessons. So I just I just, because I'm not a believer, I just didn't go, and I spent the 3 days just editing the Undertale 2 OST video, which took forever to edit and render and everything else. Yeah, that was done in 3 days, I believe, which was really insane. Now, the next big thing after that was Ray William Johnson taking us down, which was fucking insane that Ray William Johnson tried to murder us. But yeah, it happened. He filed copyright strikes on the channel and on everything related to Rock My Forum. And he nearly took us out. Like, yeah, that was insane. The video was thrown together in 6 days. And the audio, the video was thrown together in 6 days, everything. And then on the last day, when we were supposed to stream the thing, YouTube took away our ability to stream. Which, yeah, that was a thing. They took it away a day before the channel was getting terminated. And I even checked that it worked on the beginning of the week. So on Monday I checked that we can still in fact stream, which is that one random video of me looking at SoundCloud on the channel, and YouTube allowed us to do that, but then took away our access on the last possible day, so we couldn't stream it on that channel, so we streamed it on mine, and unfortunately there was a lot of echoing and everything, so that sucked. I'm glad we didn't die, because yeah, YouTube doesn't actually tell you, but you get your channel terminated with 3 strikes, and if those 3 strikes aren't appealed, or the appeals get sent back. So yeah, if Ray William Johnson fought it, we wouldn't have a channel right now, but I talked to him through email and he decided to release the strike, so I guess that's pretty cool of him. Oh yeah, and the whole community came together to re-upload Rock My Forum, which meant he had to like copyright strike 117 videos. That's how many the playlist had at the moment of us getting the video back, which was pretty funny in my opinion. But yeah, no hard feelings, man. Okay, so what's next? Then I think around this time I also started working at the 10k subscriber video. Yeah, that was in production for about a year, in fact, so that was pretty stupid. So then there was the right. So then there was the our summer event, which was a throwback. Which is kind of funny that we basically did a throwback to the first year of the channel and the second year of the channel. Yeah, it was kind of dumb in my opinion, but in retrospect, but hey, it got me editing more funny lore videos, and also I think general people liked it. So some cool memes came out of it. Right, so after that there was the I mean, the event wasn't very special, but I just got to do some funny street posts. And yeah, so after that there came the very funny I actually don't remember what came next. I think it was either the it was the Halloween event, which was basically us rehashing another thing from year 1, which was game. And yeah, I remember us not like actually coming up with the idea for the takeover until like the very last minute. So we just thought, hey, why wouldn't we reuse the one thing that we used previously? And so it happened like that. And yeah, so I think it was a pretty cool event in my opinion. It could have been better, but hey, I feel like we still did it right. And okay, so the next thing was the next thing that happened on the channel was the These Nuts takeover. I think actually These Nuts was before October, but hey, who cares? So these nuts, the funny thing about these nuts was that the lore videos were edited by like MLP Fun, and the thing was that they were so much superior to what I actually my videos, because those were just like static PNGs talking to each other. Is that it made me literally rework my whole process that I used to make those videos, because everyone pointed out the difference between them. So yeah, all of the current lore videos look like that because of the fact that MLP Fun was just way too good for me. And yeah, so that's how I think 2018 concluded. I don't remember there being that much interesting stuff in 2018. Then 2019, oh boy, 2019 was a fucking wild ride. Right, so it started with the 10k subscriber video, and I remember, I still to this day remember the moment where I've witnessed the premiere of it. Like, besides Vaver being fucking horny in the chat, I remember it being like really I was going on a trip with my family, just having finished the video, and I remember as being like really worried that I wouldn't get a signal, because we were in a rural area and we just wouldn't have internet there. But right as the premiere started, we passed through a city, and this actually gave me enough internet for 20 minutes to watch the video, which was fucking amazing that I got to witness that live, and everyone freaking out over how epic it was. I really liked how that one came out, although the mixing could have been better on the audio. Yeah, so that happened, and then so I remember at that moment the kind of the sentiment in the general team was that, fuck, what are we gonna do now? Because people felt really burnt out after that. Like, I feel like generally the motivation for the channel has been dropping, and people lost interest, and yeah, that was the moment that it was generally proposed that we'd end the channel. Like, there was a conversation in team, a rather heated one, and yeah, unfortunately I was even like, hey, I'm sure Siva is gonna end in 2018, so why don't we just keep Vaver going for another year? But yeah, no, that would have been a terrible idea. Siva is going to this day, and Vaver is dying. Right. So I'm glad we didn't keep it going for another year. And yeah, it would have been way worse in 2020. I think we've ended things off right when we still could have given the channel a proper send-off. And yeah, so that was when we decided to end the channel. And so we also very much wanted this year to we've generally, like, the thing about the first year was that things were very improvised, that we didn't really plan anything ahead and we just did it, right? 2018 was way more planned out. We just set up the events beforehand and everything, and 2019 was just us kind of winging it, just trying to do as best as we could, because we were noticing that people were getting burnt out. So we decided to go with just spamming event days, like in the first year, and I think we did it quite well. There were some really cool events to come out of it, especially FNAF Day and Minecraft Day and MLG Day. So yeah, that event was those events were pretty cool. And also I felt the need to like make more rips, and so I just created this whole Lisa the Chipful thing out of like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if this one rip that I did of a Lisa song, if I literally just fucked up the entire soundtrack? And then I did. and I would make like a rip every other day throughout the entire year, and I finished the entire fucking soundtrack, which was amazing that I actually managed to do that nearly on my own. Of course, there were some people who helped me, but I did like 95% of the rips on on that album. So that was pretty cool of them. And yeah, so the next thing is that we didn't really have many events in like 2020. Like, yeah, events, not many like plans for the channel. Like, we were just sort of going with the flow. We knew that we were gonna end the channel by the end of the year, and we've worked on all the ending collabs since like summer to make sure that they would be done on time, and still we finished it barely before the deadline. That's how these things usually go. And yeah, so the thing about that whole, I think we were planning a summer event, and that didn't really work out because it just didn't work out. We didn't have any good ideas, so we just said fuck it, and we never ended up announcing what we had because it wouldn't have been a good event. So we just ran the channel like normal. The idea was that we would have a week where every day would be a different event day, basically. Yeah, that was the entire idea, and most of the event days weren't even like that great. They were just gonna be based around like themes. I don't remember which ones we were gonna do, but I remember one where it was each day would correspond to like sources related to that day. So I guess Garfield rips on Monday, Jesus rips on Sunday, and etc. We never did that because it just didn't work out. Then another thing that we definitely planned in advance was the whole so I think we've definitely skipped that event in favor of setting up properly the whole event for Halloween, right? We've definitely gone with the cheap theme since we've forced him as a joke for the entire year. So yeah, we just used him for the Halloween takeover as well. And yeah, it was a good idea in my opinion. Some cool rips came out of that, and yeah. So then, around December, I guess, we finally started wrapping things up, and the channel was going to end, and all of the videos were finished. Actually, it was really cool because right before the ending videos started dropping, I got to go to Magfest, which was absolutely incredible that I had the opportunity to do that. And we've worked with Hintlord on the ending rip for the collab, which was really fucking cool. And yeah, the collab was a pain in the ass because it basically ended up being Chipful 2.0, where I just fucking worked my ass off every other day to make the collab parts, because unfortunately not many people wanted to claim visuals, so I just did all of the visuals myself. Oops. Okay, not all of them, but a large majority of them. If you like look at the shit, it's a lot of them are just me. God, I have no fucking life. Yeah, so a lot of assets were created for that one, and yeah, it would be like one new video every 1 week, and I would just make them for 3 months straight. Jesus Christ. And yeah, so then the channel finally ended, and that wasn't a good period in my life between the channel ending and now. Basically, I kind of felt like after finishing something this big, I don't know, but ever since January, I felt really, really depressed. Like I would go to school, go do things, and just just wonder what the fuck is the purpose of all of this, right? Like, I wouldn't say suicidal because I'm too much of a pussy to even do that, but it's just I just felt like, what the fuck am I gonna do with myself now? I'm basically a fucking adult, and man, I need to find a job or something, right? So yeah, that was a rough period for the past couple of months, and I remember starting to work on the ending video, but I even couldn't do that because I just felt like no motivation at all, and just fucking did jack all for 5 months straight. Now I'm doing the audio myself right now, and I remember the one thing that really helped me out was like seeing other people work on the channel and be very motivated and really into the whole thing, right? I gotta shout out Minindo for like doing all of the album announcements and everything else related to the channel, like in the past couple of months. He's been keeping it all together while I was just moping around, and I'm glad that well, he stepped in, because I feel like I wouldn't be able to now work on the video because like I wouldn't be able to just finish the audio. The video would probably be in never-ending development hell because I lacked motivation. So yeah, I'm really happy he came in to save the day, basically. So since then, my experience with the channel haven't been really that much happened for me, because I was not really participating in anything, because well, the channel was I was just a mess. So the thing is that since then I've just been like so I proposed the idea of this whole comeback like a month ago, and he accepted it, and we announced everything in team, and everything else, it thankfully worked out, and yeah, the submissions have been really great. Now it's coming to an end, so well, I guess Vavr is back to being dead, but I'm really glad that that worked out. I was worried that it would have gone just to shit because we ended things for a reason, right? My only regret is that I didn't get to finish more rips in time. Right, so just like my outlook on things is way more positive than it was when I originally recorded this, but I guess the channel ending for real this time, it's just got like this weird sense of finality, like rips are about to stop uploading and I'm gonna be able to actually take a break for fucking once and forever. So like there's a sense of finality to it all. Like I wouldn't, it's really hard for me to say because I spent 3 years doing this, but in the end I sometimes wonder what the purpose of these 3 years were. Like, why did I do this? Why did I work so hard on, like, this gave me many opportunities. If not for this channel, I probably wouldn't be in Sylvanar right now, and I probably would have just stayed doing like mediocre melody swaps for TTGD. But I don't know. At the same time, you really gotta think whether these were 3 years well spent or not, right? Unfortunately, I don't feel like my family, for example, very much supports what I do, because, well, my father has pointed out that what I'm doing is a complete waste of time in his opinion, and sometimes I do wonder whether he is correct in that regard. I honestly don't know if I had the chance to like go back to that winter of 2017, if I would have willingly chosen to do all of this. And yeah, that's something I think about a lot. I think about a lot of things, in fact. Like, I wonder what I wonder. I'm getting older. I'm fucking nearly 19 right now, and that's scary to me. I don't want to be an adult. I really don't. This isn't like. I guess it's getting into a more personal territory, not really Valve related, but I'm fucking scared of this. Like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to be an adult, and things. Shit could be better. I mean, I feel like all of this has given me a lot of great experiences that I will remember forever. But I just, god damn it. I don't know. Maybe I could have used this time to socialize with people more, or God knows what. But it's just like, it's something that I don't think I'll ever be able to get out of my head. Like, whether all of this was just a huge waste of time. Oh well. I guess there's no way going back now, right? Okay, so shit. Right, so so oh man. Okay, so one thing I wanted to bring up, I mean, it's the ending, right? It's gonna be, we're gonna wrap this up soon. And yeah, I feel like it's been a good run, whether or not it had a point. In the end, it's been a good run. I feel like I've grown as a person since 2017. I feel like I'm way more outgoing now to people in general. I have always been sort of a loner, and generally, from talking to people online at least, made me feel less like I'm alone. Yeah, so the channel is wrapping up now. We aren't doing any fake outs or bullshit like that. We're working hard on finishing all of the content for the ending. I do hope that everyone will be satisfied by what we end up making. It definitely won't be as huge as the 10k subscriber special, but yeah, I just hope that we'll be able to sufficiently wrap up the channel. And yeah, so what I want to talk about, like some miscellaneous things before I start listing off people I wanted to thank. Like I remember that was kind of funny back in 2017, where I would just upload everything manually, and I would just like schedule everything manually. I mean, those were some crazy times. I would just sit in my room for hours and hours just rendering videos, just rendering and uploading videos, and it would take like 3 hours to render enough videos to last us a week. And that was when we used to upload 12 rips a day. So yeah, that was a lot of rips to render and schedule, and then another 3 hours to schedule all of them. And those were some completely different times. And yeah, then I made a program to do that for me. I mean, I still had to paste in stuff, but it was way more manageable. And it turns out that I'm not the only one who actually found it useful, considering that we now use it at Siva as well. So yeah, the thing is that, of course, I guess I'm getting really nostalgic for some reason. It's just that Vavr has really meant a lot to me. It was something that made me feel like I'm really wanted. Like I can help. I can. Like I'm. I guess someone. Like yeah, I know that it's kind of an internet stereotype of being addicted to cloud, but I just, in the end, all I really want from people is acceptance. And I feel like in a way something like this, I guess, how I would say it, I've thought about this idea of, I guess, presence in the minds of others, presence in the minds of other people. Like, how many people will remember you in a way? Like, I wouldn't say that because of something like this people would remember me for the rest of their lives, but I feel like in the end something like this might be the most social outreach that I'll ever have as a person. Like, yeah, I don't think it's all downhill from here. Like, I'm gonna probably get some shitty ass 9 to 5 job or something, and I'll spend doing that for the rest of my fucking life. And maybe a couple of people will remember me from that, but I feel like this is the most impact I'll have as a person. And yeah, that's something, I guess, rather sad that I have to think about. But hey, what can you do about that? And yeah, I've been thinking of doing like my own YouTube channel, but I don't think I'm the type of person who would really make it out there. It's not something that, in my opinion, I could actually probably do for a living. Like, I feel like I'd be better off programming or something, I don't know. And yeah, that's something I've been thinking about for a while. So yeah, I don't want this to keep on going for way too long, so I'll just thank a bunch of people from the team and others for just, being there. So generally, like, from the people I've really wanted to list, there are many people on the team who I've talked with. There were great friends along the way, but I'm gonna have to actually limit this to just the people who directly participated in Vavr the most. If you're right, so don't take this personally if I don't list you off. I'm being extremely fucking specific with the people I list here, because last time I did this I literally went on for half an hour, and I don't want this to end up being the same thing all over again. So yeah, I'm just gonna do this rather quickly. Okay, so the first person I'd like to thank would be probably Probably YBC. He's been a good friend throughout all of these years. He sucks, he likes Space Jam, and he also we went at each other's throats over whether Goodbye to a World is in 3/4 or 6/8, which was absolutely 3/4 or 4/4, and that was absolutely fucking hilarious how mad we both got over that. It's still something I remember very fondly over these years. So another person I'd like to thank is MLP Fun for making some great contributions to the channel. Your videos rock, man. And more people. So I would like to thank, I guess, I think this goes into the same category. Aquacycle and Christopher Lurie, that's how you read your name. Basically, both these guys have provided a lot of content to the channel since day one, and they've really kept it going. Like at some points in 2019, when things got rough, the only person submitting regularly would be Aquacycle, and yeah, I'm glad you took one for the team, man. And yeah, so another person I'd like to thank is Ashi. Without her, all of the ending videos, the end video wouldn't be possible. And thank you for all of your work for the channel. And another person I'd like to thank is I'd like to thank Pan for all of those really fucking good mega mashup type rips. Those fucking rock, and those mean a lot to me. I also like to thank Unknown Meta, because man, he's not that active nowadays, but he did a lot of great things back in the day, like back when we did the lore, the channel was still fresh. I mean, he's still coming back for like all of the ending channel stuff, so yeah, props to you, you're a real MVP. And yeah, another person I'd like to thank would be probably Litten, Jesus Christ, Chicken Suit Guy, for his work throughout the years. He's been with us for quite a while. And yeah, another person I'd like to thank would be Blocks. Right, out of all people, I'm thanking Blocks, right? Yeah, it's really fucking. He was really fucking funny, and I miss him very much. He's moved on to some great things, so yeah, he's still around, just not in our community. Another person I'd like to thank would be Snowvagoner, because he's done a lot of cool. I guess not a lot of. He's been a great friend. Okay, he's been with the channel since 2017. And he did a lot of terrible mashups back in the day, but I think he's really improved since, and he's done a lot of cool stuff. I would also like to thank Ziki, because he basically came back for all of the major events to at least throw in one of his own rips, and they're fucking amazing, okay? Cranking onwards still fucking slaps, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Okay, so another person I'd like to thank would be Andres, because he was like, I still don't get that guy. He's fucking crazy. Okay, God help me. He scares me, but he's really fucking funny, so I don't mind really. And yeah, so another person I'd like to thank very much would be EasyCard for all of his contributions to the channel. He did a lot of great lore, a lot of great albums, and yeah, whatever he's doing nowadays, I hope he's doing well. And yeah, I really gonna fucking cut this shit, because I see that I'm soon to reach the 1 hour mark, so I'm gonna quickly just say I would like to thank Wechart, or I guess Weko, as he goes by. He's really fucking funny, and you should all subscribe to Ham channel on YouTube, because yes. Right. So another person I'd like to thank would be Egg9371, I believe. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. He came in last minute to do all of the funny chip rips with me. He really helped me out in that regard. And yeah, what next? Who next, I guess? Okay, goddamn, there's so many people in time. Guys, I fucking love all of you, but I seriously cannot just list everyone out. Last time I did that, and that was a terrible idea. And basically, if you're a team member and you want me to suck your dick, just go into this submission channel, because I've listed everyone at the end of the original draft that I posted there, okay? And yeah, okay, so I'm gonna start wrapping this up. So I'd like to thank RH-Man for being fucking based, okay? And that's all I got to say about him. Big Changus Unana. Yeah, so wrapping this up, I would like to thank Smog for inventing Monkey Kong. Anyway, okay, so I think it's time to start wrapping things up for real now, and I would just like to thank Hintlord for everything. Man, you've changed my life for the better, I believe. So by inventing this stupid ass shitpost channel, and you know, I'm really grateful for that. In the end, I don't know what to think of all of this, but hey, at least we've all had fun, right? Oh. Yeah, so I don't go over the 1 hour mark. I think that it's time to wrap things up. It's been a good run, and unfortunately some people have to move on, including me, and I feel like the channel wouldn't be what it was anymore if we just kept it going for so long. I feel like all of the years have still been great. Like 2017 was the OG year, 2018 had some great ambitious projects, and 2019 was just event days, and 2020 was just us fucking dying, okay? And I feel like all of these years had something special. So yeah, I don't think at any point the channel was bad per se, but the burnout was real, and we definitely had to cut things. So yeah, I think it's time to wrap things up. It's been a good run, everybody, and yeah, I hope we see each other sometime. I guess if not, at least I hope you stick around to see the true ending of the channel that I've worked very hard on, and that, well, that Menindo has been helping me out with. He's a real MVP, you know. So throughout all the bullshit that we went through, the multiple attempts at terminating this channel and everything else, I'm just glad that in the end I'll be able to end it just like I've envisioned it. With all of the race stuff going down, I seriously wouldn't be able to imagine that we'd actually be able to end the channel the proper way. So yeah, thank you everybody, and see you all on the other side. Good night.